Now we're getting into linear word problems or linear system word problems. So quite a bit going on here. So because of that, I'm going to solve using graphs. Mostly because setting up the equations is enough work, to be honest. And so it's up to you on how you want to solve it. You want to use substitution, elimination, or graphs. Up to you. But I'm going to use graphs on Desmos. Makes things a lot easier. So Kevin is 3 years older than Daniel. 2 years ago, Kevin was 4 times as old as Daniel. So Kevin equals Daniel's age plus 3, right? So Kevin currently is 3 years older than Daniel. Now we got to go back 2 years. So Kevin's age minus 2 was 4 times as old as Daniel's age minus 2, right? So this is 2 years ago. Kevin's age 2 years ago. Daniel's age 2 years ago. So it's 4 times, Kevin's age 2 years ago is 4 times Daniel's age 2 years ago. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take Kevin and change it with the y. Just because Desmos isn't going to like those other variables. And then I'll change that with an x. I'll be honest, this is the first time I've seen these problems, so even that one kind of confused me with the 2 years ago. Usually they don't do that little loop in there, but it's not too bad if you think about it a bit. So these are going to take some heavy thinking, but these are the kind of problems. If you get these down, honestly, this is great. So x is 3, y is 6. So Kevin is 6. And Daniel is 3. And that makes sense. Look at that. Kevin's 3 years older than Daniel, right? Because Kevin's 6 and Daniel's 3. And then 2 years ago, Kevin would have been 4, Daniel would have been 1. So yeah, that perfectly fits that. So Kevin's got to be 6. Sounds crazy, huh? Christopher's 20 years younger than Ishan. Ishan and Christopher first met 2 years ago. 14 years ago, Ishan was 3 times old as Christopher. How old is Christopher now? So Christopher is 20 years older, or 20 years younger. So Christopher is Sean's age minus 20 years, right? I think the whole part Ishan and Christopher first met 2 years ago has nothing to do with their age, right? Just they met 2 years ago. So they're trying to throw in this extra information, Common Core, way to go. Now, 14 years ago, Ishan was 3 times as old as Christopher. So let's see, Christopher 14 years ago. Well, let me think of it this way. Ishan 14 years ago is 3 times older than Christopher 14 years ago. Switched up the variables a bit there. It just makes more sense. Ishan 14 years ago was 3 times the age of Christopher 14 years ago. Right? And then once again, Christopher is 20. Is Ishan minus 20. Or you could also think of it as this way. Ishan is Christopher plus 20, right? Different way to think about it. They're both the same exact equation, though. So let's go ahead and replace C with Y. And I with X. So Y is Christopher, just so we remember. X is Ishan. Hope I'm saying his name right. And Y equals X minus 20, X minus 14. Oops, forgot my 14 there, huh? Equals 3 times Y minus 14. Let's see where they meet. Okay, so X is 44 and Y is 24. That's making sense because obviously, 44 and 24 there. Ishan is 20 years older, right? Or Christopher's 20 years younger, so Christopher's got to be 24. And if you go back 14 years, then this would be 30 and 10, and that would make it 3 times as old, right? Just to check those age. I think this one's classic. Ben is 3 times as old as Daniel and is also 4 years older than Daniel. So Ben is also Daniel plus 4. So this one's a classic one. That's how I actually thought these problems were going to be. It's just simple like that. Not really going back in time with all that craziness. Wasn't expecting that, but it wasn't too bad. That's how you handle that. So anyways, good luck on the assignment.